Welcome back to the workshop, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter here at the workbench. Well, I'm planning a video on using the side bead plane, and I was thinking about some comments I have seen about me and some other woodworkers who happen to be experienced. Okay, I'm not perfect. There's a lot I have to learn, and I'm only at this 46 years, and so there are people out there who can do things that they've dedicated their lives to that even I can't do. So I pay homage to those people who've dedicated their entire life to doing nothing but their woodworking craft and their magnificent work. But I want to explain something to you. Very simple. See, I was just practicing on this gnarly piece of pine, putting a side bead on it. And the grain goes every which way. It's very important to follow grain direction when you're working with these planes. But I wanted to point out that there is absolutely, positively nothing that I do, sharpening, chisels, planes, restoring planes, planing all sorts of woods. There's nothing that I do or I can do that you can't. You can do it. You can do everything that we can. Because I read these comments about, well, yes, obviously the person in that video, and I'm not naming names, but you know, there are all the different experienced educators out there who've been at it for a lifetime. They make everything look just so simple, while you sit there and say, oh boy, I wish I could do that. Well, you can. You can do it. You will have to go through the process of learning the basics, learn how to read the wood so that you get good clean cuts, so that you're not tearing out just as you're making that final pass. But I want to encourage you that if you start by learning the basics and build one success upon the other, that's all it is. I mean, that's what life is, isn't it? You build one success upon the other until you can master something. There we go. That's done. Okay? The venerable side bead. People have talked about it. People use this for ages and ages and ages. And we'll get more into that in another video. But I wanted to encourage you to go out and practice. Practice just surfacing lumber. Practice edge joining. Practice cutting your end square and then planing your end square. And use inexpensive lumber that's clear, free of knots, and pretty decent grain, and you'll fill up a wastebasket full of shavings every evening. You'll turn wood into shavings. Find a use for the shavings, and it's not a waste. But you have to practice. If you have any ambition in singing, playing a musical instrument, becoming a doctor, it takes a lot of practice too. And especially if you're a surgeon, you have to learn how to sew people back together. It takes practice. You can't come out day one and say, I want to build a credenza. No, you make a cutting board. You make a bench hook. You make a stick of wood that holds something up, you know, whatever. But you can do everything that I have done in all my videos. You just need to practice. So, go head out to your shop. Make some shavings. Walter out.